we can reduce emissions. Effectively have a smaller engine to do the same work as a larger engine. Miser addresses energy efficiency. Good day, my name is Andre Reyneke. I'm the Managing Director at Ducere Holdings. We have developed a technology called Miser. It's a hydraulic hybrid transmission, effectively targeting the automotive sector. We developed it because there's a huge challenge in the world at the moment regarding quality of living, the cost of fuel, and all the harmful gases, the greenhouse gases just floating around, and we know what's happening with the ozone layer and all those kind of things. Miser, being a hydraulic hybrid transmission, is a system that effectively targets engine optimization, and it recovers lost kinetic energy. So when you're driving and you're stopping and starting and those kind of things, you're losing kinetic energy. Any vehicle does that. So we recover that and we store that in an accumulator. What you see here is a transfer case and a pump. So this is the first part of the Miser installation that we do. This gets connected into the transfer case and connected to the pump. We have the accumulator. What you see here is quite a big one for a truck, a nice sized truck. Once it's filled up and it's powered up, if we want to call it that, the system will decide and drive it back through the pump and all the way back through the prop shaft to the rear wheels to drive the vehicle forward. Here we're looking at the physical installation. Above me you can see the gearbox underneath the truck. This is where the Miser pump gets fitted. The Miser pump is then connected backwards to the accumulator or the energy storage device, and from here we'll either drive storage back to the wheels to propel the vehicle, or we'll save energy back into the energy storage system. The control system is by far the most important bit of this whole installation. Having 13 modes of operation, it will decide which combination of the engine or the hydraulic power it will be using at the end of the day. There are three pretty important modes. The first one being the regenerative braking. And that typically when you drive any kind of vehicle and you're braking and stopping and starting and accelerating and decelerating, you're losing kinetic energy. And that's energy that can be used again. So what regenerative braking does, it actually captures that energy and stores it in the accumulator for use later on in the vehicle. Secondly, if we think of engine optimization, and you want to get the vehicle to run at the best fuel consumption, or as we call it, specific fuel consumption line, we have two modes that operate for that. The first one is called torque summing. The second one is called speed summing. And effectively what these two modes do is they make sure that the engine is optimized and the whole system as such, so that we can run as close as possible to that fuel consumption line and thereby save as much fuel as possible. If we look at the global definition and everything that happened in Paris and across the world at the moment in terms of saving the planet, we would fall within energy efficiency. And energy efficiency is pretty important because if we can use the energy we're using, be that a vehicle or anything else out there, better, then we can save on all the fossil fuels which are becoming a challenge in any case, etc., that we're burning to drive vehicles forward, etc. So energy efficiency is where we play. You know, one of the things that go hand in hand with saving fuels is CO2 or carbon dioxide reduction. It's basically a parallel line. So if we can save a large amount of fuel, we can reduce the emissions by a huge percentage. So we most definitely do that. And that is our way of contributing to a better quality of life for everybody in the world. We implemented Miser in a proof of concept by building it into a vehicle in South Africa. We were able to test all 13 modes over a period of 9 months. It was satisfactory to the point that everything worked the way we expected it to work, so the engineers were able to sign off on it and we were able to continue with it. We have patented the idea as well, so we're actually ready to go commercial, but before we can do that, we need to complete our pilot projects, which we are doing at the moment with a large transport company and a vehicle company that has a lot of stop and start, like compacting and refuge removal, etc. That should be done in this year, so in theory, we can actually go commercial in this year, but we might just delay to next year just to not rush into it. There are many people that will benefit from Miser. First of all, every single vehicle owner who has a Miser installed will save fuel because we are hydraulic, we're scalable from small to large, so in theory we can install it in any size vehicle. But just in terms of life, all of us, every single one of us, because by reducing emissions and saving money, we are making sure that we add to the value of improving the quality of life for every person on earth. We have a very good team working on this idea. At the moment, we're still a small team in-house, a couple of business people, a couple of engineers. But in terms of the work that we're doing, we have business people, engineers, mechanics, very specialist skills. Some of those that we outsource to people and companies in South Africa and across the world, just to keep our costs down at the moment, basically. But yeah, there's quite a big team in working on this, made up of ourselves and the company where we're doing the pilot. If we look at MISA and specifically the hydraulic transmission, the exciting thing about this is that we positively affect everybody's life. We're saving fuel, we're reducing harmful gases or emissions from cars, we're reducing the cost of ownership of a vehicle because of the engine service cycles, etc. So that's pretty exciting for us to be part of that process in everybody's life. So our mission statement in terms of this whole project in our company is that we want to be the best of breed supplier of energy saving and engine optimization systems for the vehicle owner out there.
Any innovation that will save me the money I spend on petrol is definitely an innovation worthwhile. Still to come, a news update on entrepreneurial matters in the city of Joburg. And we have a chat to last year's Green City Startup winner on the big interview. Don't go anywhere.
Do you have an idea or innovation that could improve your township? Can you identify a problem in your community that could be solved in a new and different way? This is a call for innovative entrepreneurs with ambition and commitment to accept our challenge. Josie My Beginning is an entrepreneurial competition that's coming right to your doorstep for its second round of investment. We're looking for your idea, product or service in the area of retail, micro-manufacturing, agriculture, recycling, education and skills development. 60 startups from 6 Josie townships will receive training and funding to expand their community businesses. We'll be building micro-malls, hubs where developing businesses or businesses expanding into the formal economy can grow in our communities. Enter the next round of the Josie My Beginning competition and you could change your township and your life. Josie My Beginning, building businesses in townships for townships.